sun, you could have stayed. It's only over when the day is done. I never knew you was a runner, yeah. I mistook you for a son. It don't matter what we think when it's all over. 'Cause this is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah. This is our last chance to leave it all behind. Raise your voice and raise your power, yeah.
Archie, is it fun?
Fun.
Fun.
After me. Ready? Happy?
Happy.
New?
New?
New.
Boom.
Was wrong to say I wouldn't change a thing, 'cause in the story of our lives, the best of times through color glass, time rolls on enough to let me move on past, but every little now and then it creeps on back to shape my smile.
Today is October 13th, 2022. It is 11:26 a.m. So I just finished did what I needed to do. I have some time. The house is quiet. Hubby went to the field, so I have the computer. I was like, you know what? Let me take advantage of the time and just record. And whenever I have time, I'll edit them. Okay, so this is my back end. New subscribers, welcome. Typically what I do is that I go on Twitter, check some stuff to share with you guys, because many of you are not on Twitter, and then I'll read the tweets, and then if I have an opinion about the tweets or whatever I read, I'll share them with you. All right, so that's pretty much it. Nothing fancy. All right, so let's go on Twitter. These are some likes. I post something on my community board, this about Travalyst, so I have this within that list. So I don't know if it's first, but I have a couple things that I've put on my list for me to share with you. All right, so this is the first tweet. Oprah and others who've worked with Harry have commented on how smart and prepared he is. Has anyone ever seen the same written about his brother? All right. The squad are responding, never. William is lazy. This is why the Kensington Palace staff were not prepared for the work ethic of Meghan and Harry combined. That's right. Yeah, no, but if they see this, oh, you're so bright. I think it's funny. The only thing I heard was Willie's A-levels, and even Eugene beat his score. So what is the A-level? Is that the highest level that they claim they have? But Eugene beats, wow, okay. Oh, that was the thing I remember Princess Diana was saying, that because she haven't taken certain level, I guess this is the same level that she was referring to, and they think of her as being stupid.
No, I think we had a great deal of interest. We both liked people, both liked country life, both loved children, work in the cancer field, work in hospices. But I was portrayed in the media at that time, if I remember rightly, as someone, because I hadn't passed any O-levels and taken any A-levels, I was stupid. And I made the grave mistake once of saying to a child I was thick as a plank in order to ease the child's nervousness, of which it did. But that headline went all around the world, and I rather regret saying it.
Okay. Wow, and they didn't take her very seriously. All right, I'll put that clip in. I know where I have it. I think it was a Martin Bashir interview. All right, never. You also never hear anyone says Harry's brother is kind or generous. The only compliment William and Kate ever got was being described as pigeon by Mary Berry. Who is Mary Berry? And that might have been a subtle dig, considering those birds are best or pests that attract rats. The shade. No, but you see an influx soon once they've come across this. Yep, Derangers once they see the tweet. Nope, never. It's mostly about his incandescent. I think William should sign up to Better Up. It could hopefully bring some goodness into his very disturbed, trapped life. And I think what's the father too, because this is one thing Princess Diana have said about him. She wishes he has peace of mind.
Would it be your wish that when Prince William comes of age that he were to succeed the Queen rather than the current Prince of Wales?
My wish is that my husband finds peace of mind, and from that follows other things, yes.
So these people, they're calling everybody else crazy because nobody is as crazy as them. Oh my God, as I said that, I'm thinking of Meghan podcast, because everyone that is sensible, that is somewhat humane, okay, they consider them crazy and they can't stand the people. They go in their hate campaign to destroy this person's life. But when you look at their behavior, it's like, oh my God, they are freaking
savage AF. Savage AF.
All right, let's read some more. Nope, never. It's mostly about his. Okay, I just read that. Has Peggy ever worked though? The GIF. Well, not actually. No. Okay, so let's go to the next one, and I think this is the Travalyst, and I sort of arrange it in a way to ease into it. There's the Travalyst. The Derangers like to claim Travalyst was William and Harry initiative. Billy was not even in the room during the round table talk. It has who introduced the idea and pilot program. Harry may not have a degree, but he's super smart like his wife. It's why they gelled. There was something I was thinking. I'm telling you, those interviews have some very good stuff. The Obama interview, the Obama Foundation that Medley Hobson was interviewing Harry. One of the thing that I remembered, she asked him, saying, "Who came up with this idea? Who is that?"
Doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created with your brother and sister-in-law the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking? What was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was that? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why another charity? Our foundation is not another charity.
We all know, I've said that before, and I bring this point specifically before. And I know Harry was the one who did the initiative. He didn't answer it because he knew he didn't want to take full credit for it. And he knows the way the palace is, the firm is. So he didn't respond to it. He just brushed it off. I'll find that clip. It's gonna take me forever. But yeah, that's what came to mind as well. Okay, the catalyst for Travalyst. Prince Harry, Duke of Sussex. Let's see here. October 12th. Oh, so that was yesterday. Okay, doubt notwithstanding, she went and learned that indeed the call was legit and joined her at the table with Prince Harry okay, there's more thing, it cuts here, where Okay, Prince Harry were representative from Booking.com, Visa, Skyscanner, and Ctrip. During the meeting, she recalled she was blown away by the prince's knowledge of travel and sustainability and his desire to create a clear, consistent, and trusted sustainability rating system that could be adopted across their platform and others. Okay, and it continues, and Prince Harry is as deeply involved as ever. Quote, he understands the issue, end quote, Davy said. Quote, his knowledge about subject related to travel sustainability is just profound. He's president of the nonprofit African Parks, and that cuts across multiple sustainability issues, environmental, social, and economic, and he understands the complexity involved in sustainability and that there's a broad spectrum of issues impacted by a range of factors. Yeah, I'm not surprised by this because that Obama interview, it wasn't Obama. I keep on saying that, but it's through Obama's platform. Okay, there was a lot of things that were discussed, and this is why I think Melody Hobson is a very good interviewer. That conversation, what is it? Her, Oprah, I think Gail as well. Meghan, okay, like I said, sometime if these people, those names that I just mentioned, which include Meghan, where if they're doing some sort of a discussion with you or let's say interviewing you, they will lead you to say so many things that you probably didn't want to put out, but because of the conversation, the relaxation of the conversation, you say so much, and then later when you get home, you'll be like, what, why did I share this? Okay, go back. Was it the 19th? I think I said this since the 19th video where she interviewed that lady from the 19th. I forgot her name. All right, they are very good conversational people. All right, why did I bring this up? I forgot my chain of thought. I went beyond what I wanted to say and I forgot my point. Let me read it again. Okay, and he understands the complexity involved in sustainability. Melody Hobson, who asked Heavy about if those kids ask you about that his country disturb their, you know, their world or something like that, and he said, oh, I agree with them, something like that. That was the point, because she had asked him in that range about him knowing certain topics and subject.
I get all of my passion, inspiration, and energy from young people. And that is from the ages of 6 or 7 in the Caribbean, when you get a 6-year-old turning around to you and telling you exactly how much damage your country and the developed world is causing them, all the way to 28, 30-year-olds who at some point in their life have already a better understanding of duty and service than I ever did at that age, because it's all about giving back. So yeah, I think that, look, lots of people say that, oh, your job of traveling the world is wonderful. Of course it's wonderful, but when when we get sent to some countries, we don't always get to see the beautiful parts. We're always there trying to deal with some of the issues, but also doing everything we can to bring people together to make change, to make positive change. And it's an absolute joy and a privilege to meet the younger generation of change makers across the world who genuinely believe in the fact that they, as a single person and as a group and as a community and as a nation, not only can change their country, but can change the world as well. And that is what keeps me going on a day-to-day basis.
So when a 6-year-old says to you that your country is ruining theirs, what do you do or say?
Agree with them slightly. Look, I mean, look, we all know the issues that are out there, you know, with the climate and the environmental issues, and it's, I don't want to say it's refreshing, but it is nice to know that kids that young have an appreciation and understanding greater than some of the people who have been on this planet for 60, 70 years.
All right, Prince Harry convened a group of 50 researchers to look deeply into the topic, and they create a file this size. Harvey held her hands about 5 inches, 5 inches apart, quote, and he read every single page of it, wrote notes in every single page. What? Okay, when I was talking about, what's the other one? The sister-in-law. And I said, the topic, what is it? what was her topic again? Young kids, early childhood development. When I say you don't have to know everything, but she has those researchers, those top people who knows the topic, who could write things for her. All she had to do is understand, bring her point of view to the people, and then they do the work for her. And then, just like this one, they give her the feedback, and all she has to do is read the damn thing and then come up with something that based on whatever objective that she had. There's Harry doing exactly what I was saying. If you guys listen to each of every podcast that I do almost every day, you'll know what I'm talking about. I don't even know which one, but it was recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, I said that. Okay? So there's this here mentioning Harry, who's using researchers, people who are in the field and who bring their knowledge into it. And there he is. He read it and then he put his concern or whatever it may be. So I'm not surprised by this at all. Okay, let's see. Davy held her hand about 5 inches apart, and he reads every single page of it, wrote notes on every single page. Davy considered that the pilot program, which wrapped 3 weeks ago, was a success. Quote, we proved that we could get these guys around a table and have them play nicely together, and that we could get them to actually build something meaningful that we could implement effectively, she said. Again, all of this was... No. The brother cannot even come close to take advantage of this or to take credit for it, because Harry had introduced the same concept with Melody Habson.
I don't think that's necessarily beneficial to anybody, but you know, our mental health campaign, Heads Together, back in the UK, is a classic example of where we were able to bring together 8 charities within the mental health sector.
With your mic.
I'm so sorry.
No worries, thank you. We were able to bring together 8 mental health charities that have been working in the sector for many, many, many years. But being able to bring them together and say, right, you guys have never sat around a table together and discussed the main issues. What we want to be able to do now is, through our foundation, create a platform in which your expertise and your experience is elevated. And therefore, you tell us what needs to be done around mental health within the UK and globally. And they said, if you can remove the stigma, that makes our life a lot easier. So that's exactly what we did. We tried to remove the stigma and tried to normalize the discussion around mental health.
So in some ways, the past, and that's the protocol may have been lending your name and using your name to create a halo around the organization that would benefit it. And it sounds like the younger royals are more about more than just name association, more direct action and involvement. So do you feel you're more hands-on? Is that fair to say?
I think in today's world you have to be. I think you have to be much more hands-on, and also...
Why? I mean, why do you have to be? You could have done it the same way. You could have had 200 charities and been a patron of them. I mean, no one would have thought any different.
No, but if you end up working individually for, let's say, 200 charities, in today's world, I think that kind of dilutes the impact that you can have. What our foundation is all about and what our platform is all about is encouraging people to come together, to work together, so that there's less competition within that sector, whether it's financially or otherwise, and saying, right, guys, you're doing the same thing. Please, let's get around a table, talk to each other, work it out, and come up with a long-term strategy.
But doesn't this seem obvious? Like, why haven't other people done it then? So you've created, with your brother and sister-in-law, the Royal Foundation. Okay, you've started a charity. My first question would be, do we need another charity? So, you know, what was your thinking in coming together? Whose idea was this?
So that's my motto is exactly that. Why?
The same concept. He wants a platform where everyone comes together and then share the idea.
We were able to bring together 8 mental health charities that have been working in the sector for many, many, many years. But being able to bring them together and say, right, you guys have never sat around a table together and discussed the main issues. What we want to be able to do now is, through our foundation, create a platform in which your expertise and your experience is elevated.
And when he put everybody in one platform, us as a consumer, if we want to shop around, we could pick one or whatever it is, and we could pick what is best fits our need. Harry had brought this on the table a long time ago. They rejected him. So that's Harry's idea. The same concept he introduced to Melody Hobson on the Obama Foundation when she was interviewing him. Yep. So that's the same concept here. So nothing changed. All right. So if they took that, if it was collaboration with him and William, how come William then continued doing it? All right. So let's see here. What WikiLeaks, the Earth Third advocate, did was try to sabotage Harry's launch of Travalyst. Wow. With the assistance of Simon Case and Jason Knopf. Let's see here. I'm telling you, the squad kept receipt. Boris Newman and Number 10 was behind Will and Kate's budget flight to Balmoral when Harry and Meghan were criticized for flying by private jet, says Camila Tomney. They're putting all of their nonsense out and they think people are not paying attention. They don't even know the lies that they threw out. Why Boris Johnson poached Prince William's right-hand man, the Spectator. The barber-wearing new permanent secretary and a complicated choice for Number 10. Alright, there's this here. Aircrafty airline bosses flew empty aircrafts 123 miles to Norfolk to pick up Prince William and Kate because they wanted, my God, they wanted Flyby branding shown off for royal publicity stunt. Oh God, these people. I don't know. They wish it was. Wife, I've always said that the British media stole Harry's attributes and wrote them for his inner brother. Since his departure, Toby has been nothing but a train wreck. That's a GIF. That's a GIF for everybody's mood. A train wreck. To be fair, that's a script that came from Courtier. I doubt it. Because Harry said, okay, I take Harry's word full face value. He aligned himself with things that he is interested in, okay? So if he was not interested in that, the courtier, there's no way the courtier could implement the things for Harry. Harry was talking on top of his head. There was no notebook in front of him. There was no script in front of him when he was talking to Melody Hobson. Everything was on top of his head. So this, you cannot tell me the courtier wrote it for him. Okay? So that's a huge difference. You could make a comparison with, what's the other one? The Mumble Bumble, who was with First Lady Biden. Okay? She had all the papers in front of her. She didn't even know where anything she was saying were in that paper. Okay? So Harry was talking to Melody Hobson on top of his head. So someone like that is the one who was the creator, the idea inventor. All right, so no. Okay, I could understand when someone collaborate with you, you have some stuff. Nah. It's almost like when Meghan is doing her speech, she doesn't even need a script or something, teleprompter to read the thing. All right, because if she's involved, she know what goes into it. She already know what she's gonna say. All right, she could write her speech and everything, but she will memorize it and understand everything, every step that she did during the process of it. So no. You could tell the Derangers that they'll buy this up, but for someone with common sense, will say no. Someone who creates something like that will be able to talk the way Harry did with Melody Hobson. Okay, that's our king right there. Harry went Sandhurst because he was interested in military life. He then go to civil higher education, but it doesn't mean he has lack of intelligence. He is smart and talented also because he is very passionate for the causes he involved, so he will deliver what is expected. That's exactly that. And I've talked about this type of things, you know, not everybody need a college education, you know, all sort of things. I don't know. Why do I bring this up? I don't know. But they're coming into fruition now. Okay, next tweet. Train wreck. Right. There's this here. There's the word. You could look at it. F your king. Archie is our king. And yes, we, the Sussex Squad, put him before yours. There's that. Alright, there's Angela Levine. He retweeted several tweets from Meghan and Harry supporters complaining that the coronation isn't a day that belongs to Archie. She put it in quotation. He will be 4 on May 6th, so far, too young to care about dates. It's presents and cake that counts. Ludicrous. They put him before the king. Well, you can tell people how to feel. You cannot tell people how to feel. Your king might be the best thing for you, but Archie is for us, okay? So I don't understand these people. Wow, the mentality over there. The mentality over there. All right, there's me about an hour ago, laughing my ass off. They all are reading our tweets. I'm glad she's passing the message to her boss. Joe Diva had tweeted a while back saying something like, the Sussex Squad had the power to make a lot of things happen. If KFC was looking to be trending, well, he should know the future already. Okay, oh my god, that's two different. Is that the same person? Why she looked at Angela Levine? Troll doll. Wow, okay. Let's see here. Correct me if I'm wrong, but hasn't Angela Levine been suggesting and did advocating that Archie doesn't exist? He's not real. Then she said it was a fake pregnancy and resulted in a doll to be used as a child. Oh my god. The mentality. And then this is a woman. Oh Lord, she's a baggage for you. Okay, now that's a doll is for, and his birthday is on the coronation. Okay, there's that. Okay, Chucky 3 is not our king. There's that. This woman is going to have a aneurysm on the 6th May. We know the future. Okay, only king in my mention are Archie and Harry. Okay, this woman is very close to the woman who ruined Archie's grand's life, leading to her early death. Okay, I guess Princess Diana. So I don't know what they were saying back then on the tabloid about Princess Diana, besides some of the things that I've seen already. Okay, what charity are we supporting for Archie's birthday? We must carry on for the event of his birthday. Let's ignore the talk. Okay, so now she's stalking the squad. There's the laugh. Her family needs to take her Twitter away. Okay, be careful, Angela Levine. Alex Jones has been ordered to pay $1 billion for saying those kids don't exist. About international law, I don't know. I think patient is the key here. Okay, she won't even own £1,000 to pay it. If not, she won't be appearing every minute on TV to bash the sexes. All right, this guy is using us to promote his coronation. That's all we've been talking about all day. Maybe we should find a way to beat them at their own game. Okay, true, we don't exactly what they hope for. Let them. All we know is on the 6th May 2023, it's Archie's Day, period. All right, I mean, I talk about it on one of the videos that I edited this morning. It's just that they think the same publicity that the Queen had during her Jubilee, they think they're gonna get the same thing with Archie's birthday. So and one of the things that I've said is that the only difference that between the Queen and Charles is that Harry had some human connection with the Queen, but Harry right now does not have any human connection with the father. So let's see how that goes. I don't know. So that if I was going based on their blueprint, because they love to follow blueprint, so that was one of a recent blueprint that just happened, and for them they thought it was a success. But from what I've heard, there were some numbers. There wasn't that many people who watched the Jubilee thing. I think it went down in comparison to what, I don't remember what it was. But hey, he wants to hear what he wants to hear. Hey, let it be. Next tweet. The Queen waited until Harry and Meghan were on the work trip in UK to leave this world. I don't know. I think the speed process, whatever it is. Charles the Cool is planning his coronation on Archie's birthday. There is no such thing as coincidence. The universe is sending us messages. Charles thinks he's in charge, but he isn't. Okay, but Tampon could have chosen either King Charles I or King Charles II coronation date. After all, he will be using one of the Charles crown. Really? Okay, for his coronation. But instead, Charles stolen the date the second in line Prince George could have used for his own coronation. Very interesting. Do you mean there are multiple crowns? I don't know. I have no idea. Okay, the date was no coincidence. There is a reason for it. We shall see. It will become clear in the coming months. I feel there is a bad intention behind this, as King Charles III is an extremely dishonest and vengeful person. Yep, vengeful man. The beginning of the House of Windsor and the end of the House of Windsor. Hey, maybe. Okay. Wow, I never thought of that. So true. They said that often happened. She wanted her beloved grandson close. Very interesting. Okay, how did this person know? All right. The only thing that I know that came from Harry's mouth is that they had a very good relationship. Maybe Harry was the only sincere person around the Queen, because Harry, didn't have anything to lose. The crown wasn't for him. So he was showing the Queen true human nature, but everyone around the Queen was leeching off of her. I don't know, being nice to her just because. But Harry, on the other hand, was being nice to the Queen because as his grandmother. Okay, God will deal with him accordingly. That's for sure. Maybe Charles choosing King George V coronation date, knowing that there won't be a future. Very interesting for Prince George to be king. Huh. Let's see here. Either way, Charles have stolen something from his grandson, Prince George of Wales, and Prince Archie of Sussex, because he's a horrible grandfather. Okay, are you okay? He didn't steal anything. You know, if you allow him to get the joy and satisfaction that he hoped for, maybe. But if we ignore him on the day of, we'll be fine. Okay, just remember, I just hope Harry and Meghan don't go there. Because that thing that Meghan just went through, I hope it was a lesson for them. All right, because there's no support here. Meghan doesn't have any connection with him. Okay, he's in charge of his little world, but I think Harry realized that that man had hated him since birth. Yep, that's for sure. When he maliciously claimed he wanted a girl and not redhead, King Charles III is a vile and reprehensible little man and also openly racist. When I read that, I'm thinking when he was shaking people's hand and that black guy was on the line and he just turned and the guy grabbed his hand. All right, let's read some more and then move on. I hope those words got back to Harry about what that royal rodent said about his son. That rodent hangs out with Clarence House and they think long term. KP thinks short terms. It's amazing, a grown man king competing with a little child king, Archie. Who said what about Archie? Let's see here. Let's go into that. Okay, who said what? I'm so happy. I don't understand what you're talking about. No shame. The real king isn't competing with a child. You sugar are creating an issue. It's only a competition to you. Grow up. Or, whatever. But this guy only wants positive coverage. So let's see how that goes. He got upset on a freaking signing thing. Okay, don't tell me. It's Meghan that is really in charge of the royal family. Okay, according to the press, yes. That's fine. A lovely birthday celebration for Archie. I believe that's King Charles to you. Nope, nope, nope. King Archie. All right, King Archie. King Charles to you, but King Archie to us. Okay, what are you on? There's that. All right, you can tell people. See, this is the thing. When there is a king, you don't have a mind on your own. They tell you what they want. You know, they force feed you then BS. Next tweet. If I had to choose one image that epitomized the damage by the British tabloid royal reporters and the royal family concerted effort to promote hatred of Harry and Meghan, this will be it. Okay, I hate bullies. Yeah, you could see even Meghan, her face was like, it's like, how will I say that? You know, you got the monkey off your back, this kind of thing. The nonsense probably was really getting into her, some shape or form. And even Harry too. It's like, whew, I'm done with this. All right, the nonsense that they put them through. Meghan's face here speaks volume as much as Harry's as well. All right, the haters are crawling out of the woodwork with spiteful replies to this. Mostly accounts with few followers. I'm just giving them a rolling eye and blocking them. Others can decide how to deal with them themselves. Okay, Sussex Squad. Okay, on the bright side, haters who identify themselves by posting nasty replies helps sanitize my timeline. I'm telling you, when I come across them, I just block. Sometimes I do it while I'm recording. I can block them without a need to search them out first. Okay, poor Harry, my heart aches for him. Okay, the trauma the royal family has put on Harry and Meghan, not one of them should be involved with mental health. Yep, that's right. What was it? Was it yesterday or the day before? The brother, all right, doing some mental health thing. I'm like, what the F? Sheesh, they don't process anything. Huh. Prince William and his wife claim to be advocates of mental health, but advocates don't participate in deliberately trying to ruin another human's mental health. Hypocrites. I have tweeted the same with a very PR article, poor William and Kate, on this. I did post that on Omid thing. I was like, I'm just dropping this here. I didn't say anything. I just pasted and left. Alright, trying to say you advocate for mental health. They didn't give 2 F for Meghan's mental health. Hypocrites, the lot of them. Alright, I see no damage. Okay, let's see here why you don't see no damage. Okay, I don't care. Meghan doesn't matter. Okay, why are you here? You must care for you to come here. I don't know. Emotion. I think the funeral was emotional. Yeah. Yeah. And all the stuff that was being said around them, you know? Sheesh. This is a picture of grief. It was up and natural. No, the tabloid have not damaged Harry and Meghan. They have tried. That's another thing someone had mentioned in one of my comments. They tried to. They have tried to, but they have not succeeded. Our prayers, wherever Harry and Meghan's getting their recharge, their energy to reboost, to continue do what they are doing, by all means, please God, keep on giving them that, because not everybody could deal with this nonsense. Can you imagine that the whole freaking country media is on your case? My God. They have tried, persisted, and actively participated in a constant smear campaign aimed at character destruction. Only royal trolls and gullible fall for it. But still, Harry and Meghan rise. That's for sure. Yeah. I genuinely get 0 to 10 impression on posts unless they are very interesting or in some way contentious. This one, like that one, okay, has more than 48,000 impressions so far. Have I posted something brilliant? Or is there a bad form of troll on standby to trash Harry and Meghan? Me, when I post my thing, if I usually what I do is if I post something originally, I don't know, it's because I want to, but I don't care who see it. But normally when I retweet something, is either the comments on those on the tweets are funny and I want other squatters to see it because I'm laughing. I would like some people to laugh too. All right, let's read these two and then that's it. I hate bullies, but they did this to themselves with their interviews denigrating the royal family. Okay, I hate bullies too. The pair of them have very publicly bullied their families and spread hate. Okay, who? Are they talking about Harry and Meghan? What? Okay, so let's see some of the comments in here. Okay, only bully victim blame. So you, ma'am, are a bully just like the rest of the racist world. What? They call Meghan and Harry, who tried to defend themselves after they told them to shut their mouth when they were living in the UK, and nobody was defending them and they kept on writing negativity about them. If your mind can't wrap around what just happened during the Queen's funeral, you know, nobody's gonna get you out of your misery. Let me black while I'm at it. That's what the squad were warning us about. Okay, I hate bullies too. The pair of them have very publicly, okay, there they are. Let's black. Yep. So that's what the squad were talking about. All right, so let's go to the next tweet. But yet you hear on their fan page post. All right, it's extraordinary how Harry kept Meghan away from royal rats. I wonder if he will analyze that decision in his book. Oh my God, I have that video where, who's that guy who was asking, oh, I asked 4 or 5 times or 3 times to speak to Meghan. We never did, and all of that. Harry never allowed Meghan to have that interview with them.
4 times I asked the palace, or maybe 3 times I asked the palace, if we, as a media group, could meet Meghan, and it never happened. And I think if we had have met her, and if she'd have met us, things might have been different. You know, might see that we're human and she's human.
And you could see why now, especially after later on, I found out that one of the royal rats, is it Angela Levine or something? I could be wrong. Maybe it's not her. I don't remember who was supposed to do an interview with Harry, which they forced Harry to do, and then he turned that interview into a book. All right. Let's see here. He knew the fictional tale meeting him for 15 minutes had led to. That's the thing. All right. They didn't want to give them a chance. Now they can only lie and say, we have been told. No one can say, I met her. All right. Levine was definitely one of the reasons that Harry chose not to let. Okay, so I did get the right person. Okay, Levine was definitely one of the reasons that Harry chose not to let any of them have access to Meghan. I mean, Harry is one smart guy. All right, so that was that. That's the same person. Okay, dealing with the press over there is a nightmare. Can you imagine Meghan having to kiss their asses to keep them happy? They're so slimy. I don't want to think about what that will have turned into. Okay, considering the coverage she received from day one, it's not surprising at all. Okay, and this is the thing. Harry knew what he got. Harry knew what he got, and he didn't let anybody deter him. Okay.
The decision that I have made for my wife and I to step back is not one I made lightly. It was so many months of talks after so many years of challenges. And I know I haven't always gotten it right. But as far as this goes, there really was no other option.
Yeah, a pair of 1880 jeans that sold for a complicated piece of Levi history. Very interesting. Okay, I'll look into this later. Imagine the legitimacy it would have given their lives had any one of them spent 10 minutes with her. That devil spent 15 minutes with Harry, went from there to write an unauthorized biography to a self-proclaimed expert and Harry. All right, let's read this, and I'm gonna click on something I just saw on the side here. Okay, what are the royal rats? Okay, royal rats is Royal Rhoda, the press pool that covers the Val royal family. Okay, he knew through his mom treatment, and unlike his brother who has sold his soul to the coven, Harry said, hell no, not again. And the thing is that Charles trained William at a very young age. All right, so Charles never gave William a chance to analyze things himself. So he's been in there. Oh my goodness. Thank God they didn't really pay that much attention to Harry. Harry was able to have a free thinking mind, you know, analyze things and come with his own conclusion. Oh, so let me finish with he knew to okay, that's what I just read. What is royal rat? I always see it but don't know what it means. Okay, I call them royal rats. I know it means royal Rhoda, but it's royal rat. Okay, you obviously haven't seen the coverage of them in the USA then. A lot worse than the UK. Who? I'ma laugh at you. Okay, who is that? They're trying to spread their nonsense. All right, so let's go back. Damn, did I lose it? Okay, so I'm done with this. This is a side note here I just saw. A pair of 1880s jeans that sold for $76,000 reveal a complicated piece of Levi history. What? Why the hell will I buy this? Oh no. Okay, this month a pair of Levi from 18. Okay, I spoke with the buyer, seller, Levi, about the crazy and complex backstory of these jeans, which may well be worth double their hammer price. What in the name? Wow. Okay, so this is something for me to look at a different day. Let's go to the next tweet. All right, and this is one company I truly feel that could have been much bigger, because they were the one who came out with jeans and all of that. Oh wow. One of the things I was gonna say regarding Levi jeans when I was first recording, and then I got distracted by the sentences of that kid, is that Levi jean was like one of the first company that produced this kind of how would you call this, denim, those blue dye jeans, those type of material jeans, and then out of nowhere they disappear, and then you have other companies that came about and then took over. But Levi, in my humble opinion, I believe it's like one of the first company to come out with this type of you know, outfit or materials for jeans and stuff like that. So that's what I was gonna say, and then I got distracted, and then come back to that thought. So I just wanted to share that. Okay, there's another one here. This I'm looking at. Okay, Parkland school shooter Nicholas Cruz avoid the death penalty as you recommend a life sentence. Wow. Okay. Damn, he ruined his life. What is it? The other day I saw a tweet where this guy, a black guy who had all white jurors, somewhere in the South, all white jurors, and his lawyer was white as well, and there was no, I forgot how that thing went, but they sent him to life, death penalty. Death penalty, but nobody objected to anything, including his own lawyer. Okay, let me go back. Okay, that was a sidetrack. Okay, baggage for God. All right, this is the next tweet, and I think I bookmarked this because I couldn't get the link from that, so I didn't want, when I'm recording I couldn't find it, so I picked a comment underneath it, like Dr. Zenye, to get it. All right. The Crown is a documentary with the bad bits taken out. Okay, let's go into that. That was the main thing. This was an interview with Camila's former brother-in-law, Richard, giving at about 1995. He did not mince his word about his former sister-in-law. This was not the only interview he gave, sledging Camila later on, after his family had put the pressure on him, he apologizes. He said he's thing and they force him. Okay, let's see if I could make words of that. What did she say? Because I post that on my community board. Camila plotted Charles' infidelity to baddie Diana. Okay. Camila Parker Bowles plotted to remain the Prince of Wales' lover while encouraging him to marry Diana, according to claim made by the close relative of Parker Bowles and the Mail on Sunday. She thought the young lady Di would be easy to manipulate. Wow, then they get fooled. They really had no bad, even, you know, they could manipulate her, but wow. And I think I've said something like that in one of my videos. Yeah, they thought they could manipulate her, but she was as sharp as... Wow. Okay. Okay, Lady Di will be easy to manipulate and will be no threat to her own place and Charles' heart.
Just weeks before their wedding day, Diana overheard Charles talking to his ex on the telephone.
She heard him on the telephone saying to Camilla, whatever happens, I will always love you. And that's before he went off to Australia. And we have famous footage of her crying as he climbs aboard his plane.
At the time, the press just figured Diana was sad to see him go. But in reality, she was wondering if she should call the whole thing off.
Claimed Camila's former brother-in-law, Richard Parker Bowles. He described her as a steel fist and a velvet glove who privately ridiculed Diana as baddie. What? They really think Diana... So Diana must have known about this.
Diana couldn't give Charles what he wanted, and Charles couldn't give Diana what she wanted.
5 years into the marriage, Diana said she suspected her husband had gone back to Camila Parker Bowles, and she confronted him about it.
I remember saying to my husband, you know, why this lady around? And he said, well, I refused to be with any Prince of Wales. I never had a mistress.
The princess was seething, frustrated, and trapped in a life she knew was a lie.
She thought that he was seeing Camilla, and she said to me, you know, jealousy, jealousy, rage, rage.
Oh, when was that? Where is the date again? Okay, because this is why Diana said in the Mountain Bashir thing, they must have think because she didn't take the A or C level thing, and they thought she was dumb.
But I was portrayed in the media at that time, if I remember rightly, as someone, because I hadn't passed any O-levels and taken any A-levels, I was stupid. And I made the grave mistake once of saying to a child I was thick as a plank in order to ease the child's nervousness, of which it did. But that headline went all around the world, and I rather regret saying it.
Wow. And then a smart person like Diana, who after all those things, they tried to prevent her from doing a lot of things, and she got the word out the best way she knew how. Wow. Then they were blindsided by that. All right. Ridiculed Diana as baddie and rode roughshod over other people's emotions. I did say that as well, and not too long ago. The Charles, the type of things that when he's hurting people is to their feelings. There it is again. Oh my God. Okay, so there's one check mark for me that I'm correct. Mr. Parker Bowles told the newspaper, quote, knowing all the players in this drama, the Prince, Diana, and Camilla, it is Diana who I feel most sorry for. Okay, the fact is that if Camilla had been a child on the beach, she would have knocked other children and cast her down. She is a wrecker of heart. Hey, the squad knew about that. Okay, she doesn't like to see other people happy. What? She doesn't like to see other people happy. Wow. Mr. Parker Bowles goes on to describe how Camilla often talked about Diana in the coolest, wow, personal terms. My God. He said that Charles' mistress referred to Diana as gumless, thought Diana was bonkers, and it's very hard for me to see. And on one occasion told her brother-in-law, have you heard she has gone absolutely batty? My God. Mr. Parker Bowles added, she initially encouraged the relationship between Charles and Diana because she thought Diana was gumless. Wow. Over the years, Camilla did intimate to me that she thought Diana was either half-witted or quite mad. What in the name? But she never stopped putting Diana down in private. My goodness, Camilla didn't mock the princess in public, only in the intimacy of a family group. One was very much led to believe that the Princess of Wales was unstable. She probably was the one who helped Charles put this kind of mentality. Oh my God, that just came true. What is it? Oh my God, the brother, William, just not too long ago came out and calling the mom unstable. Oh my God. She's definitely a baggage for God. A baggage for God.
Which played on her fears and fueled paranoia.
What did he think of your interests?
Well, I don't think I was allowed to have any. I think that I've always been the 18-year-old girl he got engaged to, so I don't think I've been given any credit for growth. And my goodness, I've had to grow.
He said, quote, Camilla knew that as a woman with a past, she will never be accepted as Charles' wife, but she also thought Diana was someone whom she could manipulate. Wow. She lived her life. This is the thing. She lived her life to whatever means she wanted to, but she will not let Diana live her life the way she should. You know, I'm not surprised if I don't have proof of that, but let me hold my tongue on that part. I'm not surprised where Diana is right now. Question mark. Okay, let me leave it as that. Okay, Camila, what was that? He said, quote, Camila knew that as a woman with a past, she will never be accepted as Charles' wife, but she also thought Diana was someone whom she could manipulate it. Okay, so she thought Diana would be okay with 3 people in a marriage. And Diana was like, no, I'm not about that. It's too crowded for me. Oh my God. Camila knew she would keep Charles' heart, which she has done. She never wanted to marry Charles. She wanted to continue to be his paramour, but her game plan was to stay married to Andrew. Wow. She wants everything. This is what greedy is. She wanted everything. Okay, she is made of thick. She should have backed off if she truly loved Prince Charles, but she wanted 2 things from her life: to retain her special relationship with the Prince of Wales and, oh my God, in a marriage to someone she was genuinely fond of. Oh my Lord. She wanted everything. She wanted everything. Wow, wow, wow. She and my brother Andrew were close. She had known him for 7 to 8 years before they were married, but toward the end, Andrew's position as a, was it cuckold? Cuckold became untenable. He said Camila drove a wedge between her husband Andrew and his mother, and he claimed she passed on untrue stories about his own behavior to his wife. Wow, hastening their split. Jesus Christ. He said, never forget one thing about my ex-sister-in-law. She is a very forceful personality. Camila was always very strong and got her own way. She stood her ground and almost everything, especially where men were concerned, and she most certainly saw other girls off. Oh my God. Her and what's the other one? Oh my God. The other one, William, married almost the same thing from what I've been reading. Okay, from what I've been reading, it seems like every woman that was close to Harry, she drove them away. So this is almost the same thing. Oh my Lord. Let's see here. No wonder they worry about what Harry will say in this memoir. Camila is a nasty piece of work, just like Charles. Diana didn't stand a chance. His team was working against Diana and supporting Charles and Camila. Yeah, Diana was on her own.
The campaign was, in that point, was being successful. But it did surprise the people who were causing the grief. It did surprise them when I took myself out of the game. They hadn't expected that. And I'm a great believer that you should always confuse the enemy.
Who was the enemy?
Well, the enemy was my husband's department, because I always got more publicity. My work was discussed much more than him, and you know, from that point of view, I understand it. But I was doing good things, and I wanted to do good things. I was never going to hurt anyone. I was never going to let anyone down.
But you really believe that it was out of jealousy that they wanted to undermine you?
I think it was out of fear, because here was a strong woman doing her bit, and where was she getting her strength from to continue?
Can you imagine? Look at this. Harry and Meghan of fighting this machine over there. Diana by herself. My goodness. We have to take her. My God. It's a lot of work. She did an amazing job. But unfortunately, these people, oh my Lord. I'm not surprised. There's a possibility. Oh my God. I'm trying to hold my tongue not to say what I'm thinking. Let me continue. The palace machine was always working toward them being together and ousting Diana, and very coolly, as they wanted to destroy her character too. Yep, it's the exact same thing we're seeing right now. She didn't want to marry Charles, but wanted a marriage to someone she was truly fond of. The thing is that she had tarnished her own reputation, probably. She's been around. So, you know, the institution, who has their own fair share of stupidity and child, you know, sex trafficking and all sort of things, but they want to remain that prestige thing under facade, and they bring Princess Diana, who was a private person, and then to ruin her life. This is the thing I always say I'm against, that really pisses me off with what they did to Princess Diana. All right, okay, that's from the thing. We know what it is. All right, let's read some more comment. Now, this part is what I have always believed about her. Quote, she is a homewrecker at heart. Okay, she doesn't like to see other people happy. Yep. Okay, she's worse than Fred and Kane combined. The coolest and motive toxic. She remained in as one-side war with Diana's legacy, and we know who represents that. And if the firm keeps poking the bear, I want Netflix to put them back in. I feel certain that Camila admired Kate's flex and securing the ring from William and tenacity, clinging on, and there. They are at the seat of it. Very similar people. Yeah, that's what I see too. And the other thing too, don't be surprised if Camila, okay, she's been at it for a very long time. I told you, she played the game very well. She probably already planning something for the other one to manipulate, because people don't live forever. Okay, so what happened when Charles died? Where is she gonna go? So she's probably already putting words into her head for the next step. I don't know. Or maybe the next step is for her son to take over. All right, I feel certain that Camila, okay, that's the one I just read. The headline is disgusting, with the term baddie being used to discredit Princess Diana. I know. Okay, yes, exactly what Meghan was saying on her podcast last day. Right, we need more of this platter all over social media the day before May 6th. That's for sure. Imagine this woman being called queen, whose husband, the head of the Church of England. November 9th, where are you? Please hurry up, because I can't wait to watch The Crown. Isn't infidelity a form of domestic violence? Okay, she really was never pretty. Camila is a scammer. Alright, yep, I'm old enough to remember this type of stories flying around, and I could not believe my eyes when the statement appeared from Queen Elizabeth II about Camila becoming a queen anointed by God. Make a mockery of their own institution. Statement of the Queen, or statement said of the Queen. There's that. We have always known this is the real Camila. Brilliant, fine. Angela Levine needs to see this. Okay, the crown is the reflection of the monarchy. Art imitates life. Yeah, I mean, they could tell themselves whatever they want so they could sleep at night. Reality still stands. Next tweet.
For me, it's an added member of the family. It's another team player as part of the bigger team. And you know, for all of us, all we want to do is be able to carry out the right engagements, carry out our work, and try and encourage others and the younger generation to be able to see the world in the correct sense, rather than perhaps having a distorted view.